Do we live in an insane asylum? Wow. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Do we live in an insane asylum? That's a hard one to even say. Insane, okay? Asylum. Again, all these rethinking realities, you can go as deep as your mind will let you decode. And decode, of course, means that, well, maybe your speed limit is a little quicker than the people that are driving maybe golf carts. So decoding lets you see the asylum, okay? And, well, again, we can go in many different ways here, but let's go ahead and just keep it simple. The asylum, okay? How do you see the asylum when you're not as much of it? I got the air conditioning on in here, it kills me. Otherwise can't hear with the wheels going. Okay, so if you have the ability to be able to see some of the asylum, okay, the insane asylum, then you are partly out of the matrix. Now again, how deep does the rabbit hole go? Keeps on going and going and going. So let's just unravel a couple of different layers of the onion skin. So, you know, the insane asylum, what we call planet Earth. Everything that we have been told, once you start to research it, you find out that there are lots of different perspectives, a lot of different, well, concepts, ideas, disciplines, other than what you were told as gospel. So when you look at, well, you can look at anything, politics, religion, government, the military, just capitalism, money, okay, an insane asylum. Let's just talk about that part here, because everybody can sort of catch the money deal, because we all got to make the moon eye, the one eye, okay? The one eye, mon eye. So if money is real, which of course, let's talk about this, remember, the insane asylum. We go to school not to make money, not even really to get educated. We wind up getting edumacated, as I've said before. But the big thing is that we go to school to learn how to make and produce and collect numbers. Numbers. Okay? There is no money, there is a ledger. And a ledger, of course, is what we live off of. We live off of the numbers game, sort of like gambling. Okay, the numbers game. And the numbers game, of course, gets pretty weird, is because we believe, okay, just 100 years ago, yeah, you had a piece of gold, piece of silver, piece of something, okay, that was not just maybe a commodity, but was a form of money. So were potatoes, so were rice. Well, so is everything that you trade. But right now, what you've got, okay, the insane asylum. We are in debt, not because of money, because there is no money, is because, remember, plastic, okay, your credit card, paper, let me write you a check, or let me send you some numbers. Plastic, paper, or numbers is the game. How big can you get your ledger is, well, that's what we are pushed to learn. How big can you get your closet full of numbers? Not money. And where do you store your numbers? Do you store them in a bank? Do they have any money? No, they got paper, plastic, or they can give you back some numbers, right? So if we're worrying about can't fix the bridge because we don't have money, no, because your ledger won't let you, right? Just a ledger. Has nothing to do with something physical. It is a mental construct, an agreement, a ledger. So let's dole the numbers out. Oh, the electrical systems, as they say through the electrical companies, they have to shut the power off. Why? Because maybe they're bankrupt. What, their numbers? Remember, these are things that we need to be able to live on. And of course, once you get to those higher levels, remember the highest levels, not the minion levels, not the peasant levels, not the mundane levels, not the simpleton level. You're talking about the higher levels. They're the ones that not only control the money flow, the currency, the current, okay, but they are the ones that make up the game. They make the money like Monopoly. So anyways, you can get into another part of the insane asylum. Remember, you got bumps in your roads are falling apart, you don't have money for the homeless, you don't have this. It's all a ledger. Is that insane? Is it? So you're going to teach your child to go to school, get into numbers debt, unforgivable number debt, and then go ahead and pick a trade, some type of a technology service, or just something that would either maybe do good or something that would in time do evil. They're going to school to learn how to make numbers, mostly. Mostly everybody that goes to school actually is going to learn what they're going to teach you because, well, if they taught you how to decode the matrix, then maybe you might start asking more questions. And if you have more questions because you've got a few answers, it's a exponential, you can call it ignorant game, but when you ask a question, you get an answer, you get 5 more questions to be able to find more answers. It never stops. So, anyways, guys, that's one little sliver of the asylum. Why is there so many homeless people and there's only a ledger? Remember, it all stems from money. Money. It all stems from numbers. It's not money, so you have to change your ideas. Money, of course, is a construct. Remember, it is how we run our lives. Without this form of numbers, paper or plastic, then we get kicked out on the curb. Okay? So you can see, if people woke up to the decoding pattern of just what the ledger is, why don't we just reset the ledger? Why don't we just reset the ledger? 0, 0, 0, 0, let the games begin again. And maybe give everybody 500,000 ledger points so we can so-called boost the economy and throw money around all over the place in a good way, not a stupid way. Okay? We should have more things. Look, here's another piece of the asylum. Live in Hawaii. 80 to 85% of all the food that is eaten here comes not from here. I go into the store and all I see is everything from well, you got from the mainland, you got from China, you got from Taiwan. They even import Chiquita bananas from Ecuador. I just passed 1,000 banana trees here. There's bananas everywhere here. Okay, why are you importing bananas? Insane asylum. Okay, why are you, remember, the big question is, again, it's always, why is the asylum the way it is? Maybe there's a fourth dimensional energy, an energy that we cannot see, feel, hear, touch, that maybe feeds off of our stupidity. Remember, a lot of the S's again, our sin, our sorrow, our being under the spell of, you can call it the devil, but you can call it also Satan. And you are waiting for a Savior to come and take away some of your sin, your sorrow, your sadness. But remember, the buck stops here, guys, because there is no buck, there is no money. All you can do is free yourself. Remember, just like Morpheus said, Neo, free your mind. But if you did free your mind, would you be able to handle it? Okay? Would you be able to handle the truth and nothing but the truth? Really? Like I'm driving sideways on this road in Hawaii because I'm in the middle of the ball. Really, I'm driving sideways. Okay. Anyways, guys, The Matrix is a really good movie for us to be able to see the realities and perspectives of what we believe is real. Just because you believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and all these different myths and or legends doesn't mean they were real, but doesn't mean they're not either. Remember, the game goes deep here. What we're told, what we, of course, hear, and what we maybe are pushed to learning is only what the Matrix wants us to know. Remember, the only thing you're going to know in your life that's real is through experience. And sitting in front of a computer 10 hours a day, being mind controlled by this devil in the phone. The devil's in your computer. All you got to do is search for sex and see what you find on your computer. Okay, you can't watch a lot of YouTube videos is because maybe they're censored just because they're talking about sensitive things. But you can put in sex, your 7-year-old child can. In fact, all I see is children right now holding phones all day, okay? As I'm in the gym, there'll be 2 or 3 people there that'll bring their children. There's no babysitting there, and the babysitter is the phone. And the whole time I'm working out, these poor little kids, 5, 7, 8 years old, they're playing with this bloody phone the whole time. And it's not on airplane mode because I watched. I went over and looked. They're scrolling through Facebook. Okay, they're just looking on YouTube. Of course you got to be online. Anyways, it's the fault of the parents, is because we are giving them the sort of asylum tools to become insane. Not to be able to see the asylum is part of the spell. If you start to see the asylum for what it is, and remember, could there be a 4th dimensional or other no form energy that feeds off of our energy in motion, our emotions? Why are we so scared all the time? Why are we always so sad, taking all the Prozac, Zoloft, and Paxil? Why? Why do we commit sin? Remember, all these S's. Okay? Why do you have guilt? Okay, and shame. Guilt and shame. Another stressor, okay, of the system of Satan. So all I can do tell you guys is you're going to need to get into a place that's more grounded, which means where nature is more abound. Where you can see green means maybe you can connect back to the earth, Gaia. Because when you go to the city, remember, that's Satan's playground. That's the devil's playground. And if you don't see it, guys, that means you're just part of it. Nothing wrong with being part of the theater, though. It is pretty, I don't know, entertaining when I see it from the perspective that I see it in. And there's nothing to do as far as trying to change it. All you can do is change yourself, guys. Step it up, okay? Change it up. Done lots of videos. Okay, so of course everybody that's telling some form of truth to make you a better person will be stifled and or shadow banned. And remember, the Asylum wants to teach you, okay, how to not be a boy or a girl. The Asylum wants you to eat only vegetables so you can eat the food of the ruminants or the sheep or the cows or the goats. Okay, in order for you to break down these foods, these heavy-based plant matter, okay, you need to ferment those things on your counter because you don't have the ruminant gut that a sheep has. Remember, if you eat the foods of a sheep, so shall you become the sheep. And the sheep, of course, are much easier to control than the wolves. You look at the wolf's diet, and of course the wolf is not that it's such a tough animal. No, it's very smart. It's very tough. It's very, you can say, loving. It protects. It is an animal that thrives off of the same acidity that we have in our stomach, 1.5 pH, because we can break down some of the fuels that make us, well, turn more into wolves instead of eating a lot of the vegetables, which in time, the phytoestrogens, the xenoestrogens, all the different chemicals, the or endogenous plant pesticides, which are of course pesticides inside the body, you eat enough of those, then you become what you eat, especially if you're eating a bunch of estrogen. Anyways, the Insane Asylum is full swing. Can you see it? Can you smell it? Can you see the weather? Okay, the insane weather. And it's being put upon the asylum because most of us have a lot of mental insufficiencies, a lot of emotional insufficiencies. So quit watching horror films, guys. Quit believing in all of this garbage, okay? That we're being being fed with a spoon. That's spoon and feed. Okay, enough. Gonna go work out now and go do something right now. And I would suggest and recommend that you do something yourself. Do something in nature. Go out and do something for yourself, okay? That actually is maybe narcissistic for yourself, is to learn how to maybe take care of yourself, because that's what some people say I am. I'm a narcissist because I take care of myself. Okay, a nihilist because I'm talking about things that maybe are a little bit negative. No, it's the truth and nothing but the truth. So let's flush it out. Here, take your flashlight and flush this into the darkness. Flight, okay, or fight and flight, okay, is the same as when you turn on the light with darkness. It pushes itself away or it disappears, whatever you want to say. It's not there anymore. And if you put a little light on okay, the darkness, then you start to get shadows. And now you start to see the shadow veil, the hidden veil of the system. It is here, okay? You just can't see it, guys. Remember, this is an interdimensional, transdimensional, and ultradimensional world. We are not what we seem, what we are. I know it sounds crazy, but it is true. Okay, again, you're not breathing, it breathes you. Is because not only are you interdimensional, but you're multidimensional. Okay, enough. Time to go work out. Aloha. And we'll see you on the next video. Yo, yo.